Third Dimension is the third full-length album from Hazzerd, a thrash metal band from Alberta, Canada, who have focused on Bay Area influenced sounds in general for their first several records, and nothing too dramatic has changed here for this record, other than they're working on becoming a little bit more succinct and upfront with their hooks and their songwriting. I think that's a pretty natural result from classic thrash metal influenced music, although I will say this band definitely fits in somewhere in between power thrash metal, a little bit of shred, as well as what I would consider neo-thrash, which is the development of riff types that were much stronger beyond about 2000 or so, which didn't have a lot to do with the thrash metal guitar compositions that had come in the 80s. So that distinction is maybe just mine, but it should set expectations here as something less rooted in retro thrash and more into the neo-thrash movement of the last 20 years. What does that mean for songwriting and what's catchy, what's interesting about this band? I feel like they found a way to stand out, to put out something that is definitely indebted to like Forbidden and Megadeth and Death Angel and all that. Still do their own thing, have a little bit of their own personality and voice. So we'll cut to a clip here and you'll get a sense of that right away.
Eliminate the eyelid signs. Death bringer comes.
So I think the cool thing about this record, what they do best, is they show that they can loosen up and have a bit of fun with it. Now that doesn't mean that this isn't a high skill level band. It means that they've pared it back to work on songs more than they do about showing how much they can shred, and all of that. And that leads to an album which is a little bit uneven because it focuses so much on instrumental work rather than just the straight to the hilt songs. There are parts that I would skip here. There are parts that lose their tension. There are parts that are outright catchy and memorable and engaging and all that. I don't know that this makes for a classic thrash metal record in the sense that I'm looking for, but it does make for an above average thrash metal record or modern times where we really only get quality work few and far between anymore, and it feels like they're dedicated to making sure this band has something to say. Not only that, but also that it speaks of themselves. It's not the cause or the observations of society, but also their own lived experience is also important to conveying what thrash metal is. So for me, it's pretty straightforward. This is an above average thrash metal record, but it isn't necessarily one that I think is going to blow your mind other than a few of the singles that came out. It's strong in every sense. Obviously the compositions are very fine. They've worked a lot on this stuff. I don't think that it outdoes their last record in terms of just pieces that I'd want to return to, and the melodic side of it, I feel like it still needs a little bit of work in terms of getting me to go out and see a show or something like that, but it's still, I do feel like this is one of the better bands in this style, and they have a lot more to give over time as they've worked on their craft. For me, that is a moderately high recommendation. Go ahead and check it out yourself. It released on January 17th. Otherwise, go ahead and read my review for more of my thoughts on this record and see if it lines up to your own taste. Maybe this is your favorite kind of stuff, and maybe you're more in tune with it. So check it out and see what you think.
A scar across my face as the rain falls. I leave no trace. You struggle to find a way out. This city is ours.